And you may even start liking that person who's looking back at you in the mirror. Good morning, folks, and happy Tuesday. Let's go get our breakfast made, go get our coffee in us, and go freaking knock out these weights. Breakfast was great. I never get tired of freaking French toast. Who doesn't like French toast? Everyone likes freaking French toast. But while I was grubbing down on my marinated egg bread this morning, I was thinking, what sets the person who's able to hit their goals apart from the people who aren't able to hit their goals? Well, the people who hit their goals change their habits. They turn all of the exercise, good eating, all of that into a habit. Waking up on time, going to the gym, pushing yourself hard. They turn all of that into a habit. Like those cancer sticks. Every time you think about you want to go suck on one of those cancer sticks, well, go do some push-ups, go run, and eventually, you're gonna have good habits formed in place of those bad habits. Or say, you watch Netflix every night for 3 hours, well, today, and you don't get enough sleep, and today, instead of watching Netflix, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go to the gym, you're gonna go on a run, you're going to go on a bike. You're going to go on a hike. You're going to lift some weights. You know what I mean? So, and then those habits don't form overnight, but you got to think about it. You eat dessert one night after dinner. What are you going to want to do? Eat dessert the next night? But I had dessert last night. I want it tonight. What are we doing for dessert tonight? You know? So, you've got to make exercise and eating right a habit, like a bad habit. You want to make it a good habit, you know? Those bad habits you got? Well, these are good habits. Use these instead. You know what I mean? You should, when you miss the gym, you should feel sick, anxious, worried. It should make you feel like you got an itch, you know what I mean? You should feel like a tweaker when you don't go to the gym. That's pretty much what I'm trying to get at, folks. Turn physical activity and healthy eating into just a flippin' habit. And then it's not like, oh, but this guy says you should do it this way. This guy says you should do it this way. This guy says you should do it this way. And it's just like, well, I do it this way. This is my habits. I wake up every Tuesday and go lift. I wake up every Wednesday and go run. You get what I'm saying? Those are my habits. What are your habits? What are your habits? What are your habits? Good habits, that is, not bad habits. I don't care about your bad habits. Alrighty, folks, we are headed out the door to go support our good habits. Just made it to the gym, and you know, a lot of people pick up bad habits to cover up the storm that is in their life. And if you just replace those bad habits with good habits, like going to the gym, that storm may just start to weather away. And, you know, you never know. You may just get a little voice that says, come to me. You never freaking know. You may just have an interaction at the gym with an older gentleman who is a cancer survivor who refused treatment to chemo and said, the good Lord's got me protected. You may. So, go face that storm head on. You may even start liking that person who's looking back at you in the mirror. But enough yapping. Let's go move some flipping weights. Alrighty, folks. Lift complete. Definitely stronger today than we were yesterday. And you remember how when we were walking into the gym, or when we were getting ready to walk into the gym, I said, yeah, and you may even start liking the person you see in the mirror. Well, that's kind of true. You know, a lot of society lacks confidence. I have no idea why. I guess it's just human nature. to lack confidence, but a lot of people do. A lot of people do. I think it's like 90% of society's problem is a lot of kids just don't know how to build confidence and build good confidence, not the kind that like takes bashing other people to have, the kind that you're okay being good to people, you're okay shooting the shit with someone, and someone accidentally saying something. When someone says something as a joke, you don't get too offended, let's put it that way. With the confidence of, you don't have to put people down to make yourself feel better. While you can shoot the shit, have fun with people, and it's fun to do, you don't have to bash people to make yourself feel good. And that's true confidence. When you know deep down, if you put your mind to something, you can get it done. And there's about nothing out there that you can't do. That's true confidence. And I don't think a lot of people in our society has confidence. I don't know if that's human nature not to have confidence, or if it's just like now. Because, I mean, I know dang good and well my grandfather has a shit ton of confidence. My dad, not so much. So, I don't know, I guess physical activity, putting yourself to the grinder every day, well, it's gonna give you confidence. And not to mention, everyone in the gym, no matter if it's jiu-jitsu, combat sports, Muay Thai, lifting, running, everyone is in there for similar or the same goals. You know what I mean? So no one's gonna be like, look at this guy. No, they may come up and give you a little advice. I think at the end of the day, you should probably let people just work out. You don't know what people are training for. There's not a day that goes by in the gym that I don't get a smile and a head nod, a thumbs up, hey man, I love your work ethic. Hey man, I love that exercise you're doing. Hey man, we need to train together sometime. And you know, that feels good. That's confidence building. It does feel good. So, but then again, you do have to train hard to get those compliments. But honestly, I think just going to the gym and doing something is gonna build confidence. And not to mention, like I was talking about with habit, if you're going every day, eventually you're going to just continuously increase what you're doing. I mean, it's just a matter of time. It's kind of like your natural instincts will kick in. You'll be like, this is easy. I kind of like being challenged. It feels good to be challenged. It will happen eventually. It may take a long time, but once it becomes a habit, you're going to be like, dang, now I got to make it harder and harder and harder. And that's progressive overloading. That's training to failure. Heck, if your failure is 5 reps of something, well, say we were doing push-ups and your failure is only 5 push-ups. Well, that is your failure. Eventually we will get to 6 and that'll be your failure. But as long as you're training hard, that is all that really matters. That is all that really matters, folks, at the end of the day. As long as you're training harder and harder every day. Now, some days you may not be able to push as hard as the day before. Well, you're still training to failure in a way, as long as you're pushing yourself as hard as you can that day. And then the confidence, well, it's just gonna come, folks, out of making this a habit and dropping other bad habits. And I know if you got a bunch of bad habits, you can't have a lot of confidence. You can't. You really, really, really can't. I'm pretty positive of it. It's fake confidence if you do have it. But with that being said, folks, let's boogie on out of here and go get better today than we were flipping yesterday. Well, that's of course after we sit through all this shit right here. Gotta love Atlanta, folks. And we made it, folks. We made it on time. On time, I say. Ready to go get better today than we were yesterday. But before we run in here and go get better today than we were yesterday, I think it's weird that today's topic was confidence and breaking bad habits because, one, if you never change your surroundings, you're not going to be able to break your bad habits. Two, one of my homies are going through the same struggle in which I went through, and I guess this is a good time for me to talk about it. Well, I guess I didn't really run my fight camps my whole entire fight career. I had someone running my fight camps. That person just didn't ever show up to any of my fights. He showed up to one or two of them, and then for some reason made a reason why he couldn't show up to one, and then another, and then another. And now one of my close homies are going to go through the same exact struggle as I'm having to go through. I had to go through. I got a message from him in the gym while I was lifting, and it was like, yeah, they're not gonna be there this weekend. And I was like, damn, man, that flipping sucks. That sucks. I'll be there, bro. I'll be there if you need me to be there. He's like, yeah, I'm writing your name down. So, with that being said, folks, make sure that if you're going to find a gym, it has real coaches, not just athletes in place of coaching, because athletes are inherently selfish. And a lot of people get into martial arts, combat sports to build confidence. And that is literally confidence crushing. And not to mention, most athletes aren't going to allow you to learn. They're going to beat you up because they don't want to take a hit at their confidence. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, if he's better than me, then I suck. Well, no, it just means that your athletes are finally learning from you. They're progressing. Like, the goal of martial arts is for your athletes to eventually be better than you. But a lot of coaches lose that mindset. They lose, my job is to teach, not to beat them up. My job is to be their mentor, not to not be there for them, And athletes put a lot of faith into their coaches, a lot of faith. So just make sure when you're finding that gym, you surround yourself with the right coaching and the right team of people who really care about you and they have similar goals. But with that being said, folks, let's run in here and get better today than we were yesterday. Oh, folks, definitely better today than we were yesterday. And, well, today we had to make a decision. One that was going to eventually happen, but we just continued to push it off. But things continued to pile up, and at this point, I believe if you stay somewhere in which there is bad morals and bad character and people are not doing the things they need to do, well, you're going to end up doing the same things, folks. You are. You're just going to end up either burning yourself at both ends, or along the way, your character's going to be dragged through the mud. And at the end of the day, you are nothing without your character. Your character is your everything, and your morals are your everything. So at the end of the day, sometimes chapters have to be closed. And sometimes it's kind of scary. It's kind of nervous. Kind of makes you nervous, sorry. But faith will drive me through this journey. I know it will. It's driven me so far. But let's go battle this Atlanta traffic and get better today. Oh, that's not the thing we're supposed to say. Let's just go battle this Atlanta traffic. Let's hope it's not like straight hell. And we are home, folks, and traffic beat our tails. But I have come to grips with the closing of a chapter of my life. A long time ago, I just wanted to be able to train, and that was it. Train, work out, recover, eat. Train, work out, recover, eat. And I thought I was gifted with that opportunity. And at one time, it was the opportunity that I needed. It was. But as time has gone on, I have found that this is no longer the path that I want to be on. At the end of the day, we're an athlete. We're an athlete, and we got to start worrying about being an athlete first and foremost. I'm not saying that we're just gonna give up on giving back to the community. That's the great plan that we have. We just have to make sure that we can get all the pieces in line, and we're gonna be able to give back to the community with jiu-jitsu over the skills that I've built over the past few years. It'll give us more time to do personal training and things like that. But the choice that I had to make was, I am leaving the gym that I have been at for a good little bit now, as in the place that I've been working, the place that I first started training, just because, well, I got to start worrying about being an athlete again. Some things weren't sitting right with me, and I believe if things don't sit right with you, and you've tried to do what you can do, you've tried to keep faith, and you just stay, then are you any better than those people who aren't sitting right with you? You know what I mean? You can't just sit around and let bad things happen, So, I'm going to remove myself from the situation, because, well, that's what I've learned to do. You can't just sit there and wallow in a situation. No, you remove yourself from it. And it's just hard, because for 10 years, folks, 10 years Sunday, I have called that place home. And we're closing the book. This week, we're gonna finish out the week, because it's only right. It's only right to do. So, yeah. Just it's a scary point, when you never know. Grass isn't always greener on the other side. That's what they always tell you. But I think this time it might be. There'll be other things that we can find to make a few bucks off of. But at the end of the day, we were the ones who said we wanted to take that risk. And, well, I think we've gotten away from our goal a little bit. I think we have gotten away from it, folks. So, let's get on in here and get on some flipping BO6.
Drop the bomb.
Hold, R1.
Oh, shit.
Hold R1.
Fuck it. Bitch, that's a grenade, you stupid fuck.
I know, hold it. That's how you get rid of the bomb. Hold it.
I'm not gonna kill
Hold
myself.
it for 5 seconds.
No,
hold it for
Billy.
5 seconds, bro.
Stop it.
Hold it for 5 seconds.
Stop. Billy, you gotta get us killed. Come on.
Plant the bomb.
Billy!
Oh, there you go.
Dude, see, I told you that's how you drop the bomb.
Don't let up.
Go. Okay. Oh, you have it.
Yes, 50%.
Okay.
Check.
Oh shit, right.
Oh shit, 28 and 6. Alrighty folks, we just finished up an amazing stream. We were popping off today. Flipping off. But, let's go get these kids better today than they were yesterday. And we made it, folks. Let's get in here and get these kids better today than they were yesterday. Classes complete for the night, and everyone got better today than they were yesterday. Let's get in here and give one last roll with all of our buddies. And folks, we are out of the door. And I can't lie. Leaving the place that built me, and knowing that I'm not going to be being a pivotal role here anymore is pretty sad. It's pretty sad. Makes me upset a little bit. Because when you are at a gym, it's like a family. And you meet some of the best friends of your life. So, but we got to gamble on ourselves. We got to actually gamble on ourselves, not just, oh yeah, we're a fighter, but we're also teaching kids classes and cardio kickboxing classes and Thai classes and wrestling classes, and we're doing all this other stuff. No, we really need to crack down and be a fighter. over the past year, I've learned a lot. So I want to dive back into training full time, and I know I train full time now, but training being my only obligation, and of course the training sessions that I'll be doing to get people still getting into the shape of their flipping lives, you know what I mean? But this place has been a pivotal role in my life for 10 years Sunday. And we started off our jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, combat sports journey here. And then we began our coaching journey here. So it's been a nice little ride, but it is time to go grow again. It's time to go grow again. We can leave the coaching later. You know what I mean? We shouldn't be building someone else's camp and running someone else's camps when we got camps of our own to run. You know what I mean? So we can save the coaching and everything for retirement. Of course, we are planning to give back to the community with jiu-jitsu in another way. I'm not going to just forget about my folks, but me being a pivotal role here, my time's done. I got to go out and learn as much as I can. But with that being said, folks, let's get on home, clean up, shower up. I said that twice. And find some grub. Sorry, folks. It's a little sad. I know it's not a complete goodbye, but we're not going to be here every day anymore. And it's different. It's different. But change is good, folks. Change is good. You cannot grow without flipping change. And we are home. Let's get inside and clean up as quickly as we possibly can, and then go find some flipping grub. Cleaned up and headed back out the door to find some grub. And, you know, back to that thing about confidence I said earlier today, right before we were walking into the gym. My apologies, not walking out of the gym, but walking into the gym is, you know, it takes real confidence to gamble on yourself. And it doesn't have to just be with fighting. I mean, it just happens to be me. But this could be anything, you know? Starting your own business, that's a gamble. Quitting your job and pursuing something else, that's a gamble. You know what I mean, folks? I just happen to be gambling on myself in a different way. And it was the plan we had a long time ago, but we were gifted with the opportunity to coach classes, and at the time that's what I needed. At the time that's what I needed. It helped me grow a lot. It taught me patience, it taught me kindness, it taught me how to be a leader. But now it's time for us to get back on that path. I remember when we were doing best in our fight career was when everything was about fighting. I know we can't make the world about us, but we gotta start thinking about us a little bit, you know what I mean? If we're ever gonna make it to the top, to the UFC gold, my friends, my folks, my peoples, you know what I mean? So, I guess we're gonna show how much confidence we really got, and we're gonna do that gambling thing. We're gonna gamble on ourselves again. We're gonna take a freaking risk. We're gonna take a risk. But let's go get some grub. This one is just not having it. She is just not having it. When I went to leave this morning, she climbed in my car. When I went to leave right now, she's trying to climb in the car. You are just not having it. You just want me to stay home. She just wants me to stay home, don't you? You're such a pretty kitty. I'll be back though. I promise. Well, folks, dinner was great, but I've got myself quite the migraine. So, while I'm on the way home, I figured I would wrap up the flipping day, so that when we get home, all we gotta do is edit up and hit the flippin' hay. So, you may wonder, BillyGoat, why did you give us all of this personal information? Because if I've went through this, then someone else could be going through this, or someone else could possibly go through this in the future, and I just don't want anyone else having to go through this. I don't want anyone feeling like, hey, you're alone in this situation, because you're not. There's other people who go through this, and it doesn't just have to be at a gym. It could be at anywhere in life. Anywhere in life. When chapters close, it's a scary thing, folks. But being willing to close that chapter shows so much kind of confidence. So much confidence that you just can't believe it, folks. You just can't believe it. I mean, and quite honestly, because that's what it's. This has been something that I have felt like I needed to do for a while. Hey, you need to get back to taking that ultimate risk. That's when you were doing your best, and I got away from that. I went into a little hole myself. Went back into a little hole myself, and I didn't even notice it. I didn't even notice. So, building my confidence over the past year, I finally realized that we need to go do what's right for me, because at the end of the day, no one is going to help you but you. They're not. So folks, if you're in that place that you just feel like isn't your home anymore, isn't helping you grow anymore, you've kind of hit a plateau, well, make that change, folks. It takes a lot of confidence, it takes a lot of courage, but I got faith in you, so you need to have it in you. Good night, folks, and BillyGoat flippin' loves you.